to share with you.
Catch my eye from my plastic throne in the sky. I can't see why amusement parks are much better in the dark. Fireworks to my left, only inches from my head. To think I could have stayed in bed and missed all this as I dismiss the fact that the wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there. Just you wait, I wanna be right there. The wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there.
No, I don't wanna be a jerk, but I can kinda see down your shirt. I hope you don't mind.
I also hope you walk away, 'cause when this thing falls down, I may scream like the girl I am inside. I want you to see me cry. The wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there. The wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there.
It's starting to smell a bit like summer. These carnival lights, well, they burn the air.
And I wanna stay just like this forever. In the company of this cross-eyed teddy bear. The wind is messing up my hair, sitting in my chair, and I'm waiting for the drop. The wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there. The wind's messing with my hair, sitting in my chair, waiting for the drop down. And I'm gonna be right there.
Don't walk in the light. Don't sing like a child.
Don't lift your head high. Get noticed, go wild. Stop thinking out loud. Stop feeling so proud. Forget all you vowed.
Go faceless into that crowd.
Turn your face away. Hide in the night. Hide in the night. Turn your face away. Hide in the night. Hide in the night.
Living in a madman's dream can get you killed for catching rolling moonbeams.
So turn your face away when you silently scream. Turn your face away. Turn your face away. Hide in the night. Hide in the night. Turn your face away. Hide in the night. Hide in the night. Don't you find out what's going on? Just stay inside. Forget what you see. What can I say that's not been said? What can you say can turn my head? Turn off the lights, let's go to bed. Maybe a new day can raise the dead. Turn
Buenas noches, my friends. How are you doing? Welcome to the South American and Central American version of the Libertadores de Overwatch here on William Mundi's channel, brought to you by Grupo Senju. And we are in the beginnings of the group stages here tonight. And to see who's going to go up against the best from Brazil. We'll see how they are going to get themselves through here. I am Chef Billy. Glad to have you along with me here. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. A bunch of first to ones, or best of ones, however you want to say it, for the first couple of matches tonight. And then we're going to get into some best or first to twos after that. And then we're going to switch over to the Central American region in about 2 hours. We will see teams from Mexico and the surrounding areas, more of the Central American teams, rather than the South American teams. This is more of the Spanish language speaking countries here out of Overwatch. So, they brought in some English broadcasting here to get the Spanish side out, and we're going to go ahead and do that with me. You're going to have to deal with my butchered Spanish and my failed attempts at trying to speak any kind of Portuguese. But it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody tonight. We got 9 participants in this tournament as far as the signups have gone. So we will see what we have coming up now for our teams. And, I'm looking at, it's like Team Evo A. Coming out first, and I believe that I'm looking for the tournament bracket here, and it had not updated up the last time that I had seen it. So maybe it is waiting to get uploaded or for all the teams to finalize in there. But as it stands, somebody's going to be going up against, looking to be going up against Team Garfo, who I'm a massive fan of. By the way, I was watching Williams' broadcast and didn't understand much of what they were saying, but I get the passion. And I get the gist, and I mean, Overwatch is an international language, right? Everybody understands how the games go, and Garfo beat the heck out of everybody and has secured themselves already into the playoffs, where the other teams are going to have to, kind of play themselves into the playoffs. They are already sitting pretty. Now they're going to get a chance to scout out the rest of South America and Central America here tonight. So, teams are getting ready to ready up, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun here, seeing what they can bring to bear. And I mean, we're going to see, how do they navigate through here? It's pretty cutthroat here at the very beginning, right? We're going to have just the best of ones. It's just the group stages, so, you're kind of getting yourself signed up and readied up for what's coming down the line, which is the playoffs, which is, what we're all trying to get done here. And I am taking a look here. It is Team Evo A versus Ashen Warriors. And so we're going to see what these two teams have up their sleeves. Nobody on the two teams that I can recognize right off the bat, but you know what? That's because I'm just not as versed in South American Overwatch as a lot of people are. It has been forgotten. And we are trying to resuscitate the scene here and get more eyes on this fabulous, fabulous continent and all the wonderful Overwatch players that are down there. In the time, thank you to William behind the scenes and Senju behind the scenes as well, kind of providing a little bit of extra translation. English is not their first language, obviously, but we are making it work. So we're going to have a lot of fun bringing the stories of these players tonight. But you know what? We will see how this is going to go down. So, my friends, as we look forward to getting this all underway, let's think about what we look back at. Garfo. Over the past couple of days, absolutely cleaning clock in the Brazilian portion of this Libertadores, and actually beat the team that is going to be representing Brazil in the Copa America coming up next month in May, and did it pretty handily. So, if that's what Brazilian Overwatch has to offer, these Central and other South American teams are going to have a lot of work to do. So we're going to look and see. We're waiting for the ready ups for the teams. I believe I was in the basic columns there, but I don't know. Maybe I was not. We will see. Yes, I am in here. I am logged in. I'm ready to go. And we'll see. It doesn't have any teams message readied up right now, so we will see what is going to happen here as far as the teams coming forward. So looking at Team Evo A, we're going to see Kratos, Hubita, Coquito, Video SSJ, and Zeus. They've also got a substitute in the name of Cowers. So we'll see what they're looking up like there. And then their opponent tonight is Ashen Warriors, Ivanix, Lady Polly, Mr. Mate, Nuit, and Phoenix Zom. And they're one substitute as well. They have Churro as their extra player for the Ashen Warriors. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see how these two, how the rest of the rest of the seed is going to be going down, because this is exciting to me. You know, Overwatch back in 2023 was my first real chance to get into the nuts and bolts of South American and Central American Overwatch, and man, the passion, the country pride, I think was my biggest takeaway. Y'all love your sports teams, and so do we. We love the passion from the fans, so definitely get yourselves in here and cheer loudly for your country, for your team, and we will see what's going to happen there. There we get the invite coming through, and so we are going to have fun here. Looks like our starting map here today is going to be Ilios. Absolutely exciting for that. Do we see Ramatra being played, you know, very heavily here? We saw that a lot with the Brazilian teams. We're looking at, you know, the OWCS going in Hangzhou right now. Nightmare came up with the absolute stunner of the century, taking down Crazy Raccoon and kicking them to the lower bracket. You can build yourselves up to OWCS through tournaments just like this. So make sure that you guys get yourselves involved for season number 5. There is, I put out a tweet. I know the group of Sunju has put out a tweet as well with their Face It League tokens and coins and discounts and promo codes. Get on that so they can win the competition and put all that money back into the scene here in South America, because that's what this is all about. This is grassroots as it gets, folks, and that's why I'm so excited to be here bringing these to you. And as I look at the team starting to kind of line up here, looks like Anna's going to be a heavy favorite right now, and I don't hate it, okay? It's just about protection. It's about peel. And if I'm looking from Phoenix Zom's team, that's the Ashen Warriors. I'm really interested to see, you know, are they going to be able to bring that? They actually swapping up. Well, they're going to play a little bit of zombie roulette in the in the spawn. So starting on a while here, you're going to be looking at a Junker Queen here going up against a D.Va. So D.Va's going to have to be very cognizant of looking for the Genji, trying to dive in their backline, you know, and also have to worry about the Genji getting back there and worry about those knives and the jagged blades coming in from Zeus. I don't hate this look from the Ashen Warriors. They are in the red right now. You know, the point has unlocked. Ivanix is doing a good job, but there we go. That's what I was worried about. The peel was not there for Mr. Mate, but you know what? Video SSJ is going to go down. And first actual progress is actually going to go over to Team Evo. Churro, the substitute listed, having to start today. And man, I mean, they are having so much space taken from them. Zeus and Video SSJ on the Genji are playing in tandem right now, and I love to see that. If you're going to play the D.Va here, you've got to, you know, kind of bait out that knife, get Gracie off the board, and then start worrying about stuff in the back and give Churro a lot more agency, and that's exactly what you want to see right there. Healer, take care of thyself, and that's exactly what they did. 30% climbing here for Team Evo A, and the dash is already out from them. That's a big rampage coming through. Everybody going low. Zeus is not done yet. Phoenix is about to have the nano online. They have not dealt with SSJ in the back line. Zeus left for dead, and there it is. Now the flip still has not taken place, so they've got to take care of this Genji, and that should be the last part of it. Especially being anti right now, he should be dead, and that's going to be the flip coming in at about 60%. And well, there's a pause coming through in the two teams. We have a 3-minute pause here. Looks like Coquito might have been having a little bit of a connection issue. We did see a little bit of a rubber banding there, just kind of staring at walls for a couple of seconds. So that is unfortunate. As they almost had overclock online. So there's a lot to do there. And if I'm looking at the board right now as how our ultimates sit, you know, we're going to have 60% on the board here for Team Evo. But, I mean, there's going to be almost 4 ultimates ready to go here for the Ashen Warriors. And they've got a lot of tools in the box here. I think that you save the Nano from Phoenix Zom and put it on the Churro just to make sure that they have the sturdiness to withstand all the pressure that's going to be coming their way through their barrage. And, I mean, you know, looking at Video SSJ, probably waiting for Nano Blade right there. On the other side, Mr. Mate has been putting in some work. Started out on the Brigitte and actually swapped off it after the first fight. Just got completely hung out to dry in the back line as the rest of the team were trying to hold the top of Windmill. And yeah, immediate swap and has actually passed over Co-Wars and taking the lead in the Kitsune Rush department. So there's a lot to do here. And I'm ready to see what they have up their sleeves. What they got. Coquito is back. We should be getting the ready to join everybody back up into the lobby. And we will see how they are going to go here. I'm kind of leery right now because of, you know, they lose their ultimate charge possibly. It's not guaranteed, but possibly they may have lost their entire ult charge. And that would be really, really unfortunate because they did have... It was either online or about to be online. Coquito was actually landing some really nasty charged rail shots. So we'll see how it is going to go here. But I think that other than that, I think that we're good. We should be good to see what they have going on. And yeah, we'll look and see. We'll find out whether or not they have anything to do here. But remember, this is the first to one. So this is the only map that's being played here. They got a lot to do here. So they have everything in the bag here. Ashen Warriors, you know, as I'm looking through their like SRs and their rankings here, Churro definitely looks like they're kind of the lower person here. Pretty even across the board though, if I'm looking at their rankings. Ivanix versus Zeus. Ivanix actually has the head-to-head as far as tank rankings going. So there's a lot to do here. There's a lot to see, and we'll figure out how it goes. 61% and 3% in climbing here. Coquito going over to the Cassidy. So they want to make life a little bit harder for Churro, possibly for Nui there on the Sojourn, or maybe kind of make the life there gone. But that's exactly what I was afraid of. The hit scan browse there from Coquito immediately takes the threat of the sky out there, and that's with Barrage almost online. So immediate work there getting done. Now to put onto Ivanix there. So Nano Diva and Zeus is in massive problems. They've got the nano boost from their own Ana, but this is going to be a flip here, and for free. Oh, that is not good. Zeus purpled up again. They are making sure that this Junker Queen cannot play the game, but they really need to worry about Coquito. 60% climbing towards a high noon. They need to get the control of this point back. Good pick there from Mr. Mate. Putting the kunai between Video's eyes. And that's a good flip there. They only surrendered 19%. Now Churro has this barrage online. Diva's going to have to eat a lot of the damage when they let loose to press Q. And Coquito almost has a Deadeye. So even having lost, right? Even having lost their ult charge on the Sojourn, they now have him. Well, I say that. They're going to have Deadeye coming back. But the blade is out. There is the barrage coming out. And the healing is there. They're going to go ahead and invest the Kitsune Rush from them, and they're just not going to get anything out there. Rampage comes through and gets absolutely nothing. Mr. Mate is in serious trouble. Is just going to get healed up. That is an absolutely stunning turn there. They had all of this going for them, and on the back of one singular pick, everything falls apart. Zeus swapping over to the... Oh my god, Nui, hello? 4K from you, Zeus over to the Zarya, just to give a little bit more staying power. You've got this Deadeye ready to go, but Nano, the Rush, the everything almost online here for the Ashen Warriors. And Zeus going down, that is absolutely massive. All they got to do is basically hold the point here for 5% more. Oh, my word. Ashen Warriors absolutely giving it to them. The business end of a Kitsune rush, and that is it. Zeus coming back just to get the touch on the wrecking ball. And the nano boosted overclock, that's going to do it for that. Team kill comes through, and it is a 1-0 lead here for Ashen Warriors. And man, how big was that disconnect that came through from Coquito? I hate to beat a dead horse, but they were absolutely outstripping everybody in the lobby as far as ult charge, and then the disconnect comes through. Now, they came back and they had Deadeye, and they had it for a fight and a half. So there was an opportunity for them to be able to go over and, you know, and hit Q and see what they could find of it. Not really much deflected other than Evanix there in the Diva. But, I mean, if you got your pathing and positioning correct, I mean, you can get behind that in a hurry. So, I mean, you know, good focus fire. Good antis coming in from Phoenix Dom as well. Really made Zeus's life a living hell. So now we head over to Ruins here in Ilios. My favorite part of this map. It's the brawl-centric map. I'm a Reinhardt main, I fully admit it. And I love this map just because you can brawl your butt off here. Coquito going over to the Soldier 76, wants to have a little bit of that sustain, maybe have that stim perk coming up later on down the line. No changes for Ashen Warriors. They're on match point, and they will take a 1-0 win here and really set themselves up good here in the beginning of this group stage here in the South American version, or the, I would call it the Western version of the Libertadores here in South America. Evanix taking Cohorts down. They're going to go ahead and surrender the point as they pursue kills, and now they're up 2, so now they definitely have an opportunity to get themselves onto the point and get some capture percentage for themselves. Coquito is in a big problem. The anti-nade is already out from Yumita, and oh my word, Videos SSJ gone, Yumita gone. This is just a broken fight here between these two teams. And just peep at their charges right now. This is actually pretty scary as I take a look at Churro here. Basically playing a little elevated ground barrel. Has found their angles here nicely, and I love to see that. So, you know, I mean, you can look and see what you've got here. And you're looking at Evo A trying to take the left-hand side here of the point. And that's actually a good pick there. 2 coming out, 3. The dash reset, absolutely getting it done. The DMAC comes through as well. And that's going to be a flip there. I love it. A little bit of a stagger there onto Evanix as well. Gong of Death comes out. And you're going to have Rampage and a Visor into this next fight for Evo to hold this point as they look to tie up the percentage capture. That's going to make Churro's life very hard. And Evanix is going to have to be very mindful of where their Pharah is in the sky in relation to this ultimate come out. That's a huge pick. Coquito has had enough of their sass and is done with it. Bye-bye Ana as well. And bye-bye Nui. They're getting the work done. Evanix, the lone survivor here, they're going to have 4 ultimates here to retake the point. There's a lot they're going to have to deal with. And Humita is going to have to be, I think, the point of focus here to make sure that this Nano does not get out. Nuit has the, where you generally will see a Widow take place. That's the Visor offline. Big anti comes through. Rampage in the back line picks up 2. Phoenix Zom is going to have to heal themselves here without having any kind of protection. Churro is ready to go. Cohort's down. This is starting to turn in favor of Ashen Warriors. They're going to have the point here, and they're going to flip it at about the 90% mark. That is actually a huge turn of events here. The Blade, Nano Blade is still online. But Mr. Mate has not given up their consuming rush. That is a good kind of stabilization factor here when you're looking into this next team fight. Also, Churro with the barrage online. Mr. Mate is playing with a lot of chutzpah in the front and gets nothing with the barrage. Churro and team are down. That's going to be the flip. Just as quickly as they got it, they're going to be out of it. So now, I mean, Evanix has basically got to do that. But you just waste the bomb and look to see if you can hold the point here for a couple more percent. I don't think they're going to be able to. They're going to get demech there. The dash through is done. And we're going to go to a third and final submap here in Greece. Ilios is going to be decided on Lighthouse. The turn of events was massive. It was absolutely night and day from what we saw on Well. And, I mean, when Coquito doesn't get DC'd from the server, kind of does some things, right? So, I mean, you got to look at being Coquito, being your first order of business. The focus fire has got to be on the hit scan player there for Evo A. And for Ashen Warriors, yeah. I mean, you know, they thought they were pretty good from Well. They didn't make any changes on Ruins. Looks like Ivonix is just going to stay with the Diva here. They're going to have to be watching for these nades coming in. They're going to be watching for the sleeps. They're going to be watching for Gracie being tossed in there as well. And, I mean, you know, this makes you wonder, do they have any more in the hero pool? Or are they basically stuck into this kind of variation of a poke? High ground surrender right now. Mr. Mate has gone back over to this Brigitte, and the same thing happened as it happened on Well. Mr. Mate is the first pick out there. You got to go back to the Kiriko. You've got to be able to cleanse these antis. You've got to be able to use use your Suzu to kind of deal with the pressure coming in. Zeus says, "Sweet, you're not allowed to play the game. I'm gonna bring Gracie the bear. You are mine." First capture over to Evo A as the cleanup starts to happen. Churro looking very, very worse for wear here. May get out of there. They do, but you know what? Coquito just says, you know, I was just playing with you. I was just playing with you. And now we're going to go and see if they can capture some high ground. They do have a couple of people up here on top. That's going to be Cohorts overextending big time, but they get their prize. They get the Diva out of mech and get the pilot form done. 25% counting here for Evo A. Humita is the hero that we did not know we needed. Was kind of quiet there on Well, and really turned it up there on Ruins, and now here they are absolutely lighting it up, keeping their players good and healthy. The antis have been the big thing that Ivonix has not been able to deal with. And here's their Rampage out, picks up 3. Tro goes down. Ivonix is going to get their counterpart, but that's the Rampage taking down your best source of healing. And another Z-back onto the Diva. And what started so well here on Well has completely turned around here as Evo A on the back of really Coquito. Hit scan prowess has really, really turned this around and finding that focus fire on the biggest targets that they could have. You're going to have to press Q at some point, 75% and counting. This is your game on the line. Do not throw the nano onto the Diva. Give it to your Sojourn. Kitsune Rush is going to basically zone everybody off. Zeus takes Sweet out again with the Jagged Blade and the pull from Gracie. And there is the nano onto the Diva. And slapped for their worries. They're going to push this up the strict just to get back in form. They get it. Almost dies for their worries. And, I mean, that was a nano boosted attack visor. And I don't know if they're actually going to be able to get off on it. Nuit is going to press Q there. And they don't get the touch! Oh no! The letter number has come through as they had people right off the point. And it first of many, many rounds here today in the Libertadores, the Overwatch. And my word, that was some pretty good turnaround there. I have to admit. That that was pretty darn good for them. I think that the disconnect there from Coquito was just a wrench in the tire for one round, because they came back and absolutely let Ashen Warriors have it, and they just were not able to adapt. The only person that changed for Ashen Warriors was Mr. Mate. Churro switched over to the Genji there on Lighthouse halfway through, but it was just too little too late. And, well, I tell you what, Evo A, they get themselves their first win here in the group stage. So we'll see what they're able to bring to bear now when it comes through. And we see how they are going to be able to kind of traverse this tournament moving forward. All right. We will have Team Lexian versus Team Tyne coming up next. And, well, this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing what we have coming up moving forward. I always get excited for these. I love the early beginnings of a tournament. You kind of get to see people feeling their opponents out, feeling their comps, seeing what's working, especially with the perk system that's come through. People are really finding creative ways to use their perks. I'm surprised that we didn't see the reverse vortex perk coming out from Churro to kind of line people up with bombs and stuff like that from the fairer perks. But as it stands, we will see how they are able to move forward on this. So I take a look at LEC Siam. Looks like Ika Cyan is going to be their captain. I am Pakovic, Kiju, Mix, and Player as they're listed as their starters. And they've got Giat Issy and Astarte in their substitute roles. And then we'll take a look at Tea Time. And Asesito, Cheva, DKR, Pandugat, and Shub are your listed starters for Tea Time. Unknown Cube Master, Goth Lover, Ricky Castillo, and Neblina. Also listed as substitutes here for Tea Time. They actually listed their coach as well, Kirdu, as the coach for Tea Time. So we have the appearance of a coach here coming up. So this is a lot of fun. We will see what they have up to bear here in round number 2. This is going to be a lot of fun, as I said. The first 3 matches tonight are best of ones. So you get one map to kind of prove your wares and set yourself up for later down the line, as this is the group stages. And then we'll see. We'll see what moves on from there. I'm excited. I'm excited! As I now get a chance to look at the 2 teams. They're finalizing their lineups right now. This is round number 2, folks. Just to let everybody know. Looking at their rankings. Akasayan looks to be the highest ranked member here at number 114. So they are absolutely having fun. Looks like I've moved them to a substitute role, though. As our lineups are being finalized, they're able to get everybody in that they want. Looks like we are going to Ilios once again. So this will be good. We've got Face It invite here. We will see what they have going on. Biggie Bun. Mix, Pakovic. And Player is going to be coming up here. Ace, DKR, Rohook, Pandagat, and Cube Master will be your starting lineup for Tea Time. They will be in the red. Oh, I forgot with the hearts in chat. I love you guys too. You guys are awesome. I'm looking at the what is it? Oh gosh. The rankings for your friendliness. Only 1-4. Well, William is a 4-2. I'm a 3. So, my husband always tells me not to make people cry when I play Overwatch at night. But I can't always guarantee that. Because sometimes people just tick me off and that, you know what, your tank overextends or your DPS is playing with the daisies in left field and not paying attention to the point, dang it. Or you got a DPS Moira. That's the other thing. When you're at my rank, you see a lot of DPS Moiras. It's not fair. It's not fun. But Ilios is going to be our battlegrounds here once again for round number 2. And we're waiting for whoever it is on LEC Siam to get themselves into the lobby. We got it. Player has finally reconnected, and we are going in right now. Greece, the location once again. We're starting out on well once again.
Initiating match.
And so we will see what these two teams have up our sleeves once again. Round number 2, Libertadores de Overwatch. Or Libertadores do Overwatch, if you're Brazilian. And, yeah. This is good. This is going to be interesting. You know, we saw a steady diet of Ana's our last round. Will that continue to be the case? We will find out here in just a couple seconds. I don't think so. I think speed is going to be a big look here. But D.Va is being heavily favored here. This is 3 teams now that have really shown the D.Va look. Now here on, well, I don't mind it. I don't really mind it on Lighthouse as well. I think that you have to play a little bit more brawly on Ruins. But as we head into map number 1 here, we will see what we have. Player opting for the Echo. It's going to give a little bit of room for pause from A's up in the sky. And you've got DKR going up against Mute. So you're looking for that backline pressure here from Mute once again, looking to get into the backline and create havoc. There's the Pharah down. The focusing beam is there. But DKR gets the answering kill. So you're down to DPS for both sides. DKR gone with the Sonic Boot. That should be, in air quotes, the first point. I say that. Rohit gone. And against the odds, LEC Siam takes the first control. Q-Master gone. And now we're going to see what they have up their sleeve. Player looking really good on the Echo. Kind of got bullied by the D.Va and by the opposing Sojourn. But that focusing beam is going to be something we're going to be looking at here throughout while we have this Echo on the field. Also needs to be marking Ace in the sky on this Pharah. Yeah, you can't overextend against a Pharah like that. This Pharah is not missing many shots. Maybe don't have the most damage and the most ultras, but they are finding directs left and right. There is the flip. Coming in. Pakovic is gone. This is going to have to be, a tactical retreat here coming from LEC Siam. Player taking the mech of Rohook. And Ace is off. I don't know what happened there. But your Pharah is out of the sky, and that's going to give you a lot of room to pause. People coming in for the Sojourn. And there goes Pandagat with the charge rail shot to the face of Pandagat. Pakovic getting stuff done. There's a flip at 40 or 27% now, 44% climbing. I don't know if you have enough targets here to get a duplicate. You don't, but you do have the focusing beam, and that'll clean up that fight, 50% and counting. Ultimate's coming up online for both sides. First one of notice for me is going to be Pandagat with this Kitsune Retch. They're going to have to use it to get online and really bring themselves back into this first sub-map.
Thanks for the help.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
There it is, out like I called. Self-destruct's available for both sides. Ace is over on a Junkrat, looking to deal with people on the ground. Mute is looking for it. The bomb is out from Rohook. Oh my god, Mix said, you know what? Bye-bye. You're going into the pit of hell. And they are gone. Ace is gone. Pakovic is absolutely asserting dominance. And they did it in the neutral. They're going to get the turn here. In the recontest and the take back. 35 to 81. Rohook over to the Wrecking Ball. So speed and displacement is going to be the name of the game here in the last fight. DKR does have this overclock online. You've got a sound barrier as well for both sides.
This ends.
There it is, as I called for it. Self-destruct out. Sound barrier out. Lots of sustain here. The overshielding is massive. The blade is beautiful, as one would expect. And Mutant player are having a very fun time. Thank you very much, Pakovic. Is just going to go ahead and get that victory self-destruct off. And everybody into the well. And have fun on your way down.
Score 1.
Pretty dominant there from LEC Siam. One real loss of the point.
Ready for battle.
And then, you know, they kind of pursued kills and gave up the point there for a couple extra percentage points. But in the end, what the problem was is that they just were too slippery.
Where I say it is.
Pakovic peeling beautifully for their team. And Mutant player, the DPS tandem here for LEC Siam, were absolutely owning the skies and the ground. Pakovic over to a Winston. I like that.
Nice. Let's keep it up.
Big change-ups here. For tea time. Venture making an appearance here. DKR is going to come out on the Tracer. You got Rohook on the Junker Queen. And lots of sustain in the back for Pandagat and company. As the point unlocks. Yeah, there's a lot of forward pressure here from tea time. Bubble is out. Player's going to go down. Maybe a little bit of hubris here, bringing the Symmetra in there. Yeah, this is going to be tea time taking the first capture of the point. Maybe. I mean, Pakovic is getting bullied about here, getting battered around with Lucio, with everybody else in there. That's going to do it for that. Rohook getting the final blow. And now it's all about taking space. Pandagat really putting the work in here on the Moira. Putting out an extreme amount of healing with the Moira. Some good damage as well. This Symmetra, it's kind of an odd choice for, yeah, Rohook just punishes them early. Pakovic over to Zarya, trying to see if they can get a little bit more purchase. But yeah, that's a lot of kills right there going in favor of tea time. I mean, how do you take the point here? I mean, up against a Junker Queen that can displace you with Gracie, and you've got the boops coming through. Then, not to mention Ace with the drill dash can also take care of you from behind.
Coming through.
Considering the Wretch is going to have to come out early here and player onto their Pharah. Good picks there coming through. Cube Master was a priority pick, and now they get the point at 56%. Quick little disengage. Coalescence ready to go. And, I mean, who do you have to deal with the Pharah right now? I mean, you can look at DKR on the Tracer, look in the sky. You can, see if Rohook can take them out of the sky. I mean, the Coalescence will, in theory, be able to take them out. And there's the coming out. Ace is gone. Player says, I'm done with you, Venture. Good sustain on the point. Consider rush to answer from Biggie Bundas. Mute's down. Pulse Bomb out. Doesn't find any joy. LEC Siam. Oh! Completely knocks Rohook out of their rampage. And that is a massive fight win. 3 ultimates into that fight, and they still lose the point. For the super economical value of 1 ultimate coming out from Biggie Bundas. And you've got the sound barrier ready to go here from Mix. Cube Master is going to have to hold this online now. They cannot imagine that Pakovic would have that online, but now they're going to have to force it out. Blade into it, and that's just dirty. That is absolutely filthy. The grab into the blade, and player and company are turning this around. Rohook doesn't know where to look right now. I mean, being back in spawn is one thing. Ace is looking very, very clunky on this venture. They've got their ultimate, but I mean, they die with it in their hands. 90% and climbing. That was the only ultimate that this T-Time team had. And it looks like they're going to go down with a whimper. You'll get the touch from a couple players. But Big Abundance says, DKR, you're not allowed to play anymore.
Justice reigns from above. Exclamation initiation.
That'll be cleaned up on aisle 3. Ace should be just about done here. The focus fire is there, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory here to LEC Siam. Here on Ilios, we don't even get to Lighthouse, as it is done and dusted. Player in mute, having a field day with the members of Tea Time. Mix was having a good time as well. There's the boop that we were looking for from the first. Just had fantastic time there looking for the environmentals. This is where I believe they get the Pilot Diva as well. 2 environmentals in a row. And that's good work for them. Coming out from them, that's a good way to start your Libertadores tournament. And they get the job done, 2-0. So this is pretty fantastic coming out from them.
Billy?
Yes.
This player called Big Bandas. English would be big butts. So.
All right. So Biggie Bundy apparently is our favorite Sir Mix-a-Lots. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. So yeah, some funny names here. I'm getting some translations in my ear from Senju and from William about some of these names that I didn't know. But hey, this is what it's all about: is learning about what these players, how they tick, and what the names behind the name means, and that's what I love. I absolutely love it. This is fantastic stuff, and it gives a little bit of humor as well. And what was a shellacking from LEC Siam? That was pretty dominant coming out from them. Okay, so LEC Siam versus Team Evo A. We're getting a second look at 2 teams from our first and second games. I believe this is the last of our best of ones here, if I'm correct. It's 3 best of ones and then 2 best of twos. Here.
That's the last.
All right, so this will be the last one. I got confirmation from Senju there. And so, this is pretty important for, kind of setting yourself up. Who is going to become the top dog here of this group? And that's what we're looking at right now. I believe this will be the last of the round robin games. So everybody will have had a chance to play each other. And we will look and see, what these 2 teams, it was 2-1 for Team Evo in their first match, and then it was a 2-0 there for LEC Siam in their first match. So as we take a look and see where we go from here, we will go. We will go and we will get it done, and we will find out how this is going to go down. So I tell you what, that was pretty impressive from LEC Siam. Team Evo, I was really impressed with Kokito in the DPS role, and Hubita there on the Ana. Really found the range with the nades. Had the utility going all over the place. Slept their opposing diva, time and time again. And there's a lot to go here. So looks like we are getting a map pick. Will not be Ilios for sure. Ilios and Nepal are on the table here between these 2. They're voting right now. Looks like LEC Siam is going to get the pick, and it is going to be Ilios. So we are heading back to Greece once again. Man, Pakovic really did impress me as well. All right. Yep. William just sent me the leaderboard. Team Evo A. Looks like they are in the lead. Corvex has played 3 matches. They are 1-2. Doggy Esports 1-1. Ashen Warriors are 1-1. Tea Time are 1-1, and Team Evo B are 1-1. So this is the battle of the 2 undefeated teams here in the standings in the preliminary phase of South America. Once again, massive thanks to Grupo Senju for having me on for the English broadcast William, for putting this production on. Senju, for giving me the tidbits and having me on here. I've told everybody this many, many times throughout my years, especially after World Cup 2023. This region stole my heart. And I was so proud of the teams that played during the group stages. My heart broke as they were one by one picked off going into the online tournament. But man, what a fantastic representation of South American Overwatch right now. There's the invite coming in from Face It. I hear you. I'm getting in. We're going to have fun. Now here's the big matchup here. It's going to be Coquito versus either Mix or Player. I'm sorry, either Mute or Player for LEC Siam. They are going to be in the blue. Team Evo A will be in the red. Video SSJ was the Genji and got a lot of value here on Well and on Ruins. Had a bit of a struggle on the Lighthouse, if I remember correctly, but got it going forward. So we will see as we see the teams ready up here.
A peaceful reality is within our reach.
I'm interested to see if we're going to stick with this Junker Queen. Pakovic dealt very, very well against an opposing Junker Queen.
Watch our flanks. They might try something.
And they may know. They may know something between the two teams. And I'm here for it. I'm here to see what they have coming in as we head into, well, round number 3. The last of the first ones are done after this. And somebody's going to be on top of this leaderboard. We are, in fact, going to stay with this Junker Queen from Zeus. Kratos was not in our previous match, and he's out there playing on the Reaper. Big Booty is back for Team LEC Siam. And Player gets the focusing beam down. Video SSJ is done. Commanding Shout is gone. Zeus is in a world of hurt. Actually gets the D-Mech though, that's huge, but Mix comes through. One of the stars there on this sub-map, as a matter of fact. And gets the job done. Pakovic goes for a reset to get back in Met a little bit faster. As LEC Siam takes first control here on Well. And once again, Hibita showing why they are so good at this Ana. But when you're going up against a diva that actually will use that defense matrix to kind of deal with your deployables like this, you're not going to get the same value. And we'll have to see if there's a bigger pool that they can pull out of here to give a little bit more value. God, Pakovic was getting hunted by Player. I'm sorry, Hibita was getting hunted by Player, and Pakovic gets it done. Pakovic with the 2K there, mixed with another big boot kill. 40% and counting. Pulse bomb online. Humida, there we go. Found out that they are not going to get the same value from the Ana that they did in their game number 1 that was on stream here. And now they're over on the Moira. So a little bit of mobility. The perks can be a little bit different here for the Moira. I personally like the jump. I'm sorry, the fade. Where you're in fade just a little bit longer. And then the ability to get a little bit of extra healing charge from the orb. Humida gets the early kill. That's 2 coming out for this team. This will probably be the flip coming through. Duplicate is out. Player is having fun. Looking for Kratos and gets it done. Oh, the Rampage doesn't get a chance to come through. But still, 80% counting. Pulse bomb out. Big takedown of Zeus. And what was a 3v5 just turned into a fight win. Therefore, LEC Siam and Team Evo A is sent packing 90% and counting. Zeus is going to bring out the Mauga. And Kratos has just not been able to play the game. Biggie Bundas, once again, the headshot with the kunai is done. No touch, 100-0. Massive work coming in from this LEC Siam game. And, I mean, that is even better than their first foray onto the well in our previous match. Lighthouse once again.
You must be fun at parties.
It looks like they might be staying with the Moira here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely
You'd
no
have be
reason to change if
invited
you're
first.
LEC Siam. I mean, players controlling the sky, controlling, you know, the Genji that can wall climb, controlling Co-Wars that can wall climb as well. Looks like we're going to look at Winston here.
The objective.
There's going to be a lot of stabilization here. Multiple reset with the Primal. Obviously looking for the environmental once that ultimate comes online. It's going to give a little bit of fodder for Kratos, though. Bubble management's going to have to be huge here. And I just, wow, this is actually an interesting position here from them. Players kind of taking pot shots from outside, and you're looking at Pakovic, you know, playing in and around the point, kind of dancing on and off. First, Control's going to go over to Evo. Yeah, Kratos right now has found the range with the Hellfire shotguns, and yeah, this is a good start here for them. Really making their focus the tank. Pakovic back over to the Diva, so they decided that the Winston project is done. And with an early pick of Co-Wars, they're going to have some staying power here. Humita's gone. And now you got to look at what they have coming out here. Cardiac Overdrive already out from Zeus, and they are down. That's going to be the flip at 32%. And you know what? It was just on the back of Pakovic dropping the Winston and bringing back the Diva and mitigating all that damage coming in. Co-Wars now it's going to bring out the Juno. So are you using this with your healing missile? Are you trying to bait out the defense matrix from Pakovic and see what you can get done on the backside of it? Also the speed is also another major factor here. The flip comes through for free. Everybody was off pursuing kills, and you better make it worth it. Co-Wars goes down, so that's, yeah, you'll take that. But now Coalescence is online to keep everybody sturdy, and there it is. Oh my god, Pakovic says, you know what? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Rainform already out there, gonna hunt Kratos down. Player with a 3K, and you just gotta deal with Zeus on the point. They do that. Easy fight win in the neutral. I mean, that pick of Humita, having just popped the Coalescence, looking to keep Kratos alive. And Pakovic says, nah, I'm going to unload. And that's exactly what happens here. Pulse out picks up 2! Massive from Mute. Yeah, that's going to be a team kill. I mean, and really, Zeus took so much of that damage for that Pulse Bomb. They just got absolutely cleaned there. And now we're going to find the tying and the passing of the capture percentage here for LEC Siam. Cage fight, ready to go for Zeus. Do you invest and put the Blossom on the inside of it? You've got both of your support ultimates ready to go. Downberry out to start. Kitsune Retro at the top. The cage match is gone. There is the Blossom that came through. Player has one of their own and gets their own out there. The D-Mac comes through. Oh my god, this has gone from bad to worse. Player gets a 4K duplicate and in Echo form, and that will do it. Unless somebody gets a last second touch, which I don't think they will. That is pretty dominant stuff coming out from LEC Siam. 2-0 victories in our best-of-1 stage of the Libertadores. And this might be your top dog team here in the western part of South America. And Player just had themselves one hell of a match. That is absolute filth. Absolutely filthy. Gets the focusing beam, gets a lot of damage on there, finishes up with the tri-shot. And my word, that was about as dominant as it could be. I mean, it wasn't 200-0, but the retakes that Team Evo A got were because LEC Siam were off pursuing kills as a team, and then came back to the point and retook it. And I won't be swayed to be told any other way. My word. Que bueno ganar. Absolutely beautiful win. And this is what we're here for. We're here to separate the wheat from the chaff here in our group stages, and that is fantastic work being done. So, our best of ones are done. Best of ones are done, and now we're going to best of twos here for South America. Central America is coming up in just a little while. So when we are done with this, I think we might take a little bit of a break. And then at 10:45 Eastern, we will be back. Okay, next match coming up, Gorvex Esports coming up against Ashen Warriors. This is a first to two, and we will see what they have coming out for these two teams that we're kind of sitting at the middle of the table. This is going to be a lot of fun. We will have fun with this. I guarantee you that. Player absolutely went off. And I said we were going to have to take a look at him. Wow. We absolutely did that. So this will be a second chance for us to look at Ashen Warriors. It's our first time looking at Corvex Esports. Calmardu, Baez, Pupil Colto. Looks like El Macy and God Ninja TZ. We have had our bands come through. We've had everything kind of settled. Now we're just waiting for the lineups to get settled themselves. Looking in the chat as well, seeing how they are, kind of interacting with everybody. Lady Powie from Ashen Warriors giving a let's go to Mix. They're in our previous match. Game recognizes game. Looks like we have a map chosen. We are heading to Suravasa as our first map here for round number 4. Side-eye, Pupil Colto, the Octopus, Calvardo, Bass, and God Ninja. We'll finish up your lineup here for Corvex Esports, Ashen Warriors, Phoenix Zom, Ivanix, Mr. Mate, Nuit, and Churro. Our lineup that we saw in game number 2 of the night. We will see what they bring to bear here in Flashpoint. I love this game mode. You either love it or you hate it. I love it. I like it better than Push. So we will see what we got going on here. What kind of strategies are we going to bring out here? Are we going to have, a Sojourn battle? Will we have flankers like a Tracer Genji? What's the tank lineup's going to be? Everything's going to be to pair here on market. And we will see what they got. Players already starting to be picked out here. I personally, when I'm playing DPS, I like the Sojourn here just because you have the ability to get away from damage or to initiate with your slide. Disruptor shots work so well on control and Flashpoint maps. Interesting. Waiting for the ready up from everybody. We will see. But we will see. I'm looking forward to these teams
Hello.
bringing the noise.
สวัสดี Hello there.
Looks like Bass might still be
Wait till you
might
see,
still be
wait till you see me
trying
on
to
my
load in
bike.
here.
Hey,
Yep. Sounds like it might be a connection issue. Not exactly sure. Yeah. There is the disconnect, everybody. So we will be kind of talking our way through this, see what we got going on. You know, we saw Phoenix Zom have a really good Ana in their previous match. So taking the point here is a blend of walking the razor's edge as far as being able to push into the opposing team. For me, it's always a battle to the first DPS ultimate. It's the way I look at it. Whether it be an overclock or a blizzard or a photon barrier, because I see Sim played a lot here. It's almost like a night market kind of vibe, where you can put your turrets up into funky positions. Torbjorn plays very well here. Plays very well here as well. So we'll see. I don't hate the Sigma look here. I just think the lack of mobility, if they do decide to stay with that, it's going to be a toss-up on, you know, do you have play the Lucio, do you bring the Juno out to use the speed ring to kind of move your tank around into better positions? So we will find out how this is going to go down. Looks like their player is back in. We get the ready up from Pupil. We shall see. Reminder that we are in now into the best of twos here, round number 4. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of mindset these two teams have. Lady Powie in the chat says that they are in fact a substitute for Ashen. So if somebody's internet dies, they got you. I'm looking for them to show up, but I have not seen them yet. Bass, get yourself in here. This is their tank player, I do believe. Well, looks like we are in. And I'm going to assume that we have a countdown going on because everybody is in the lobby. So, we will see. Round number 4, everybody.
Ready for battle.
Interesting.
I'll keep our medics safe.
Malkin does play very well here, especially in the longer, drawn-out fights that can happen on these flashpoints. The cardiac overdrive, especially if you play grouped up, can be a massive amount of sustain for your tank player. We'll see. We'll see how this goes down.
Let's
Evanix is going to get a lot of value with this diva, though, without a lot of mitigation coming from the other side other than a deflect. Evanix should get quite a bit of value from this diva. Also, the ability to take the high ground is going to be another thing that they need to be looking at. It's going to be looking for it, but Calmardo gets the first take. And there we go, that cardiac overdrive once again. The sleep comes through, the anti comes through. Massive, but the Suzu is there. And that will be Ashen taking the first control point. And now the kills are going to start coming through. Phoenix Tom on this Brigitte says, I am going to have fun with you. Point being contested here by Calmardo. When they got the first kill out the gate, Dash is already off the line. Big time anti once again from Mr. Mate. And this is a good change up. Churro coming through big time. But it has been the Nuit show. No pun intended, but I just realized how funny that is. Nuit in French is night, so it's a night show. Haha. Deadeye already online. And I think that you can expend this early, force a lot of cooldowns out, and then see what you can get done on the back of a big anti once again from Mr. Mate. 85% counting. Remember, everybody, that this does go a lot faster here on these flashpoints. And I don't know if they're going to get a touch. 97-98. There's the touch from Calmardo. The dive comes in. Pulpo, big time anti comes through and catches everybody. There is the Deadeye. Work getting done. The nano is put in from Pulpo to keep Bass online. And you basically, trade one ultimate for the other. I'm good with that. But the big nano right now, or the big nano boost is online for Mr. Mate. Do you go raid boss here and make Bass's life a living hell? Take away the ability to take the space and, really use that cardiac overdrive and the dive in to control the space. Side-Eye does have Kitsune Rush ready to go. Double Sport Ultimate is going to be online here for Asher Warriors. 67% counting. Nano Blade out. Anti's out. God Ninja's gone. Other blade for the other side. Calmardo's gone. Nuit is done with your sass. Big slam coming in from Bass, but it's not going to matter too much. It's all about cleanup. There's going to be the flip at 96%. And they're going to go ahead and take this first flashpoint here in Market. We are going to see where we're at next.
Next flashpoint.
Guardian will be our next flashpoint. And this is all about getting lines of sight and make sure that you can watch Stairwell. Watching for the wraparound. Positioning is so important here. Cage fight is online. And they're going to take an early fight here in the corridor. And basically let the Ana take the point for free. Big anti came in once again. That's big. Self-destruct out. And all the point is just looking at it. And they just basically held strong inside of the cage fight. And just whipped the beating the hell out of it. Got it done. And Mr. Mate says, you know what? I am absolutely finished with this. We're going to pursue these kills, and we're going to get it done. Oh, my word. The pursuit was everything that I wanted it to be and more. Nano, online once again for Pulpo Kulto. Swaps coming through. Bass over to the Zarya. God Ninja is going to bring the Mei. Can you get the perks up in time to get the full value? Remember, it's a plus 2 seconds for walls and biofreeze, or the ice block. And then the secondary perk, the one that's really good, is the permafrost, which puts you in your ice block and also puts damage out. Both of your nanos are out. Calmardo's gonna have Blade online. Calmardo's gone. Do you invest here? Or do you go down 2-0 in the flashpoints? Well, that choice was made for you. Bass is in a serious amount of trouble here. Big charge. But they're going to get hunted down. And they just accepted their fate there at that point. It just said, take me out.
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened. Oh, man. Ashen Warriors right now are on one.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
As we head to Temple, they've already got positioning on the point. They've got a self-destruct in their back pocket. And they've got 4 ultimates to hold the line. Blade coming in from Churro. Nana antied. Yeah, and immediately gone. Blizzard is out off the point. The sleep comes through from Mr. Mate. And the Kitsune Rush is going to be completely devalued here. Suzu's out. Everything's out. The Blade comes out from Calmardo. Picks up Mr. Mate in the end. And now you're looking to see if you can take down Bass with this high charge right now. They're getting topped up left and right. Oh my god. It comes out. The self-destruct gets Calmardo. And the flip is going to come through. Only 17% garnered there by Kurox Esports. God Ninja just let out a Blizzard and is already halfway towards another one. So, I mean, a great swap. Are they going to be able to get the value? Or are they going to lose this Flashpoint map of Suravasa 3-0? Nano's going to be their initiator here. You've got a Deadeye ready to go here from Nui. Ice block out. No joy there. The flip's going to come at 89%. They decided that was the better part of Valor. There is the big kill. And that's a lot of utility gone. Calmardo with the grenade in their face says bye-bye. The flip now, 91%. There's the Nano coming out. Onto themselves. The cleanup is fast and bloody. And that is a clean 3-0 victory here for Ashen Warriors on Suravasa. And man, what we didn't see from Nuit, except in flashes and small instances, definitely came alive here in India. But man, I mean, Mr. Mate, played the Kiriko, played the Brigitte on Ilios, and, was kind of getting diffed out there quite a few times. Here in India, they did not have a problem playing Diana and played it in the entirety and had a damn good map of it. That's what you love to see. You love to see the realization that maybe we're not playing the right heroes. Maybe we're not looking at our matchups the right way. Maybe we, maybe we're trying to play something that we're not necessarily 100% comfortable with. And then there's sometimes that it just works. Sometimes just a swap of character is what is needed. And that's exactly what happened with Mr. Mate. Absolutely fantastic there. So that's the first map down here in round number 4. Ashen Warriors take a 1-0 lead here in our series. And now we're going to take a look and see what's coming up next. Calmardo had a good Genji. I got to throw that out there. I just think, unsheathing the katana needs to be decided at the beginning of a fight rather than halfway through and kind of pulling a haphazard blade out, even though you did get some value from it. Also, kind of questionable of a Nano coming out there from Pulpo when they didn't have the blade online. I'd rather see it go on the tank at that point. Then they self-nanoed there, try to get themselves a little bit more staying power there on Temple, and it just didn't work. Mr. Mate and Phoenix had it on lockdown And that's what you love to see. It's what you love to see, and it's what we deserved. So, we're now going to head to a push map. We're headed to Runasapi. We're heading to Peru.
Welcome to Runasapi.
Side swap here. Corvax is going to be in the red. We're going to have Ashen Warriors in the blue now.
Initiating match.
Changes that I see. So it's going to be the same 5 warriors for each team coming in here. Now, Runasapi has some challenges that I love. That there are so many cubby holes. You know, when you think about Esperança in Portugal, I think that is the quintessential push map. I think this is way better than Coliseo and New Queen Street combined. And it's just because you have verticality. You have wide open areas that offer some good lines of sight for your DPS. Also good hiding places for your supports. And tanks can get a lot of work done here. When you're looking at how they try to take space. There's little bits of geometry of the map that you can play around and really give yourself and your team the best look possible. So Bass is going to show us the Winton here. I do not hate this. Ivonix is going to stick with the tried and true diva. Has not really wavered from that pick all day long. Nuit, though, is going to bring out the Ashe. They may have been anticipating. God Ninja is going to be on the Venture. So looking for some dives in with Bass, but Bass is under some serious trouble already. Sleep comes out from Pulpo. Ivonix is in a massive amount of problems here, but they're getting healed up nice and sturdy. This is going to be the big issue here for Ivonix and company. How are they going to deal with the dive coming in from God and from Bass? And well, the fact of the matter is, they're just going to push back. Defensive matrix is going to have to be massively controlled here. Sleep out. Ivonix is sleeping on the job here. Good bubble management here from Bass and playing around it, kind of dancing it. Calmardo too. This should be the fight cleanup. Big anti coming out from Pulpo. And that's exactly what you needed. Good stagger on Ivonix as well. This will get him some good part progress as we start to go down this first downhill and come into the courtyard. Self-destruct and rally. Going to be online here. 4 Ashen Warriors. A 3-pack, including Nanoblade. Ready to go here for Kurvox. I think the big kicker here is who's going to get Rally out first. If you can force the side-eye Rally, you might have something to play with. But Nuit has not been as sharp here on the Ashe with the Viper. Good sightline, as I was talking about in the opening. You've got these long sightlines that you can just play around. Nanoblade out from Kurvox. Big! And it takes them out of the rally. So where I thought, you're looking to kind of force side-eye out, the Nanoblade forces it out from Ashen Warriors. And this is going to be checkpoint picked up here for Kurvox Esports. I mean, they invest 2 ultimates into the fight. So you're going to have Tectonic coming through. You're going to have the rally still online. And then Bass is going to be able to reset that HP pull up to 1,000 with the Primal upcoming. And they forced Ivonix off of the Diva to get their own out. Nano Winnie in your back line. And the Sleepless Master! And a good use of the nade there. Gets done. God Ninja goes down. Ivonix, you know what? Ivanic stayed alive a lot longer than I expected, but still, we are at 86%, or 86 meters into the second point. And that is a good amount of push here for about 4 minutes into this map. Primal and Rally still online. God Ninja over to the... Yeah, the Reaper. Okay. So, I mean, you got to watch the Hellfire Shotguns here if you are, if you're Ivanic. The sleep again is massive. Big Blade coming through from Churro. Gets a priority target. Once again, devalues the Rally. Both Rallies gone a Bagan here. And just the change there from Ivanic, matching the mirror of the Winston, puts them in massive contention here. I think after you get this this Bob out, which is going to be massive if BT does, unless he gets slept. Well, don't worry about that. Bass says you're not going to play here. But I mean, great pursuit coming up here up front. Just getting so much free cart push. The contest is going to come through, but I mean, you're basically going to get to almost the checkpoint here. Fleet coming out from, I believe it was Mr. Mate, does not find any joy on the back of it. Good amount of push there coming from Ashen Warriors. But now it's Kurvok. Bob comes out. Oh my word. Bass gets out with like maybe 75 health. God Ninja's not going to be alive for much longer. The healing does come through. The bubble is down. Ivanics can actually push this and get themselves forward spawns. And that's exactly what they do. Calmardo gone. Nuit putting side-eye into their spawn. God Ninja needs to get this Blossom online in a hurry. They're about to get matched in their push. Nanoblade ready to go. It's out. There is the Rally coming out from Phoenix on. It's actually good this time. Nano goes on to to Ivanics, but man, Calmardo's getting the work done up front. They bend, but they don't break, and there is an 11-meter difference between these two teams as we are under 4 minutes to play here in the streets of Peru. Side-Eye holding on to their Rally, probably for this upcoming Blossom. And the patience there to hold the Rally. There it is, 3K from God Ninja. Didn't even have to use the Rally. This will be an easy fight win. Forward spawns are gone. And you've got Primal and Rally. Lots of staying power here for Kurvox Esports. You've got your own Primal for Ivanics here, but nothing else really close. Maybe the Blade. Dueling Primals. As people are just playing on the point here. Good little dive in there. Looking to take God Ninja out. Calmardo goes down. That's massive. Nuit is fighting their range once again. Bringing the Cass out. The Peacekeeper is absolutely getting it done. The grenades was something that we really saw so well on our previous map of Runasapi. Being able to hinder their opposing DPS and opponents. Forward spawns up again. 2 minutes to play. 90.33 meters are available here. Wraith form out. Oh, a little bit over push there from Ivanics in the back. And now we've got the Primal out. Or the Nano out. On the Bass. The pursuit is good. The dash is away. Does Churro make it all the way out? You're looking at about 10% for Mr. Mate there to get the Nano Blade online. Side-Eye has still not let loose with this Rally. What great ultimate patience from this Kurvox support. Esports spawns up again. Dueling blades coming out. Nui gets the job done. Churro not to be undone. Gets a 3K. The Gog of Death comes through again. But man, how expensive was that? 4 ultimates into that fight.
We're in this together.
Calbardo swapping it up here. Says, you know what? I'm done getting a little bit diffed here on the Genji. Gonna bring the Sojourn to bear. Now the perks are gone. So this is all gonna be neutral fighting here for this Sojourn. But that charge shot is so damn important. Watch for the blade, or watch for the blossom. God Ninja looking for an off angle here. Side-Eye does have this rally. Once again, they might have to use it. God Ninja will come back into this next fight with their blossom and with a rally at the back. There's the rally out from Side-Eye. Good bash coming through. Churro gets Side-Eye though and takes it down. Deadeye available once again for Nui. And there goes the push. Oh my god. They may have just done it in the last second. They do. The blossom is out. God Ninja's giving it all. And there it is. That is it. In the final 30 seconds, Ashen Warriors comes through and gets the W and a 2-0 victory. Good lord. Churro and Nui had a freaking fabulous game. The dash was so good. The deflects were so good. And it was a 1-2 punch. You didn't know where to go. If you were Corvox Esports here, you had dueling ultimates coming from both sides. If you go one way, you're damned. If you go the other way, you're damned. And you're going back to spawn. And I thought it might have been a heavy investment. 4 ultimates into that fight. But in the end, Nui says, you know what? I can get another Deadeye online. Ivonic says, you know what? I'm close to Primal. I'm just going to push the supports away. And they're not going to be able to sturdy their team up. And that is how you take space, folks. That is how you take space on a map that's kind of enclosed. It has those cubby holes and different avenues of egress onto the point. You just take the players out of the game. And that's exactly what happened. Good lord, that was fantastic. Okay, so last round here for South America. It's going to be Ashen Warriors versus Tea Time. Tea Time kind of looked a little shaky in their first match of the game or of the day on stream with us, as they got 2-0'd. So Ashen Warriors definitely feeling on a high right now, folks. And Tea Time is going to have to play up here. So let us take a look and see where we are at. And I'm going to look at the standings here. LEC Siam 4-0. They are at the top of your standings right now. Donkey Esports is at 3-2. Tea Time 3-1. So that one loss that we saw earlier, guys, that was a fluke, apparently. Holy cow. So, Asesito, Shub, DKR, Cheva, Pandagat, Cube Master, Unknown. Going up against a team that's really on one right now. On points, LEC Siam, 12 points with a +4 map differential. Doggy Esports is already in the clubhouse. Already home. 3-2 is their record through these group stages. With a +1 map differential and 9 points, that they do have that game in hand. Tea Time is looking to make this interesting. It will become even more interesting should Ashen Warriors figure out how to win in this upcoming match. It is a 1-2 once again. If they 2-0 tea time, they will actually take the second place as I'm looking at the standings. If tea time 2-1s gets beat 2-1, it'll be a tie for third between Doggy Esports and Ashen Warriors. So Ashen Warriors need to win here. That's what it really comes down to. Team Evo A and Team Evo B are sitting at 2-2. They have the identical records. Both their A and B teams are sitting on 2-2 with a 0 map differential. So this is going to be very interesting. Corvax is basically out of the running now, as they are sitting on a -2 and 1-3 record. My word, this is interesting. Reminder to everybody out there: give your support. Use the codes that Grupo Senju put out there for Season 5. Their discount codes. There's a competition between everybody that's getting people signed up. The team that gets, or the I guess what would be the content creator, or the leader of the group, whoever gets the most points at the end of the sign up period will get money and get face it stuff. So I mean, this is looking good. As I'm now looking, we're headed to Esperanza, so we're heading to Brazil. And yep. Yep. It is Portugal. Portugal! Rohuk, Panagat, DKR, Shubi is new in here from the last time that we saw Tea Time play. And I believe Ace is also new into the lineup here for Tea Time. No changes for Ashen Warriors. There's a lot riding on the line here, folks. Now, just like we saw there on Suravasa and then in Runasapi,
Ready for battle.
Flashpoint was very, very good to the Ashen Warriors. Speed, high ground control, and good focus fire is going to be required here to get the win in Esperanza.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Dro's filling the Genji once again. Nuit, you should not play anything but the Cassidy, based upon what we've seen so far today.
Coming through.
Ivanix decides that the Diva's not the choice here as well. I hate it. There's going to be a lot of space. Big anti comes through. That's going to be... Oh, the Suzu comes through just in the nick of time. And Rohuk and Ace are getting the work done. I thought for sure that Rohuk was done.
It's our turn. Let's push forward.
What a Suzu that came from Shubi. Shubi dooby doo, where are you? Early retake of Timothy Smith. 7.25 meters. That's all they could get. Disruptor shot is going to be so very important. So is the speed ring to be able to get on top of the back line of Ashen Warriors. Nuit is, yeah, the Peacekeeper's on fire. So much sustain and mitigation here for Tea Time.
We need that robot back.
They can afford to kind of take it easy, give a little bit of a retreat, and allow the rest of the team to come back in. Self-destruct already online, but so is the Deadeye. Oh, Ivanix. Way overcommitted on that.
Efficient
Rohuk ain't feeling no pain. Rohuk and Shubi just said, I'm done. That's going to get a lot of good push here. Ace is coming up on a tire. Haven't even talked about the Junkrat. Just the spam coming in, denying all sorts of space. I think Ivonix may have been outbrained here in the choice of tanks. Tire in. Tire takes the Genji out. Forward spawns already garnered here by Tea Time as they're looking to push. They've got the speed ring behind them to disengage fast if they need it. Shooby-dooby-doo as Nuit's number. Absolutely has the Cassidy's name, number, and insurance information.
This ends now.
There is the Deadeye out, takes out DKR, takes the overclock off the line, but Rohuk and Shubi once again. We don't need anybody else. We don't need anybody else. This would be a time to switch. If you're ever going to think about switching, 6.5 minutes is all that's left in the clock here. Put out your blade, put out your primal, and figure out what to do. Because this ain't working, Ashen Warriors. Big anti from Mr. Mate once again. We know how good they've been with that. And now the orbital ray comes out, and that is all the sustain they're going to need. Ivonix gone. Once again, easy pushing coming through. Self-destruct still online. They don't even need to use it. One ultimate, and it's good. This is the point of no return for me. 115 meters.
Approaching final destination.
I have seen crazier things. But not much. Played out. The Suzu was too good. Completely devalued the blade. Ivonix over to their own diva now. Here's the mirror that we were looking for. You've got a Junkrat in your back line. That was just getting free ult charge on the back of Ivonix's mech. Yes, it gives your support free push as well. But my word, you're going to be up against a tire here. Good opening pick from Nui. Halfway through this push map here in the last round of the group stages. So much online here for Ashen Warriors. Tea Time are going to be very careful. There's the tire coming out. Gone from Churro. Remember when I said I've seen Stranger Things? This might be it. They are playing together, and they are playing as one. The rally comes out. That's the only ultimate they expend. Forward spawns taken. And once again, it's Ivonix recognizing they are getting absolutely out-tanked, out-brained, out-positioned. The one swap, and it's a completely different team. Good shot from DKR. Self-destruct out. Shubi is absolutely lethal on this Kiriko. DKR, not too bad of a shot themselves. But they close the gap. With 3:45 left on the clock. Early. Okay. Early nano. Questionable. But I guess it works. The payload. The payload. Ashen. The payload. The sleep comes through on the Ace. Could take a little bit of a dirt nap there. I don't know if he gets out. I guess he does. But now you're looking at high ground. You're looking at, you know, the grenades versus the shield and the flail of Phoenix Zom. Big bash comes through. Ivonix is out of the mech. And the tire's out once again from Ace. And that is going to be a 3K, if not more, coming through. DKR up with their tank. And Ace and Rohuk. Have fun. There is the cleanup. The Gong of Death once again. Now we're getting into really scary times here for Ashen Warriors. 240 on the clock. A 60-meter difference.
We must accelerate.
I'm on my game now.
And forward spawn's ready to go again. This is going to make that even harder. Blade and Deadeye ready to go. Self-destruct and an orbital ray. Keep everybody alive. Pandagat is going to be looking to let loose with this once you hear an ultimate line comes out. No, they're going to get aggressive with it. All right, Pandagat, you want to end this here and now. Self-destruct comes out from Rohuk. Does not find anybody, but creates a whole heck of a lot of space. Big anti comes through. Nui gets 2. Ace gets 2. And they're still standing on their feet. Sleep comes through. Shub. Could not find it on the back of that. Phoenix Zomb is having fun. So is Churro. But I don't know. I mean, you're going to have, what, 4 ultimates into this next fight. Ace almost has another tire. That's going to be the kicker, I think, here for tea time. A Kitsune Rush is going to get DKR all the way up to that next overclock as well. Mira los transiciones. Mira que. Yeah, Ivan, you're going to have to be very, very careful here. And that's an early Kitsune Rush that comes out. Rally out from Phoenix Zom. Blade is ready to go. Nano has gone over to Ivanix. Oh my goodness.
Hey, stick with the robot.
You would think that Nano Blade would be a priority here. Less than 3/4 of a minute left to go here in Esperanza. Double DPS ultimates ready to go here for tea time. Reminder, they lost their first game pretty handily, and they have gone undefeated since. They are sitting at 3-1. Tire comes out. Looking to be path. Looking for somebody in the back. Does not get it. Oh, it gets Phoenix Zom.
This ends now.
That was a prayer of a bomb. And they get absolutely decimated for it. That's going to do it. They pick up an additional 15 meters. But unless something magical happens here and Ivanix is over to the Wrecking Ball, the blade's coming out from Churro. Gets Pandagat. Bomb is out, but nobody's able to touch. And it goes a begging. I'm going to question Mr. Mate there on nanoing your tank. When you had Blade online, you could have cleaned up the fight with a Nano Blade. The Brigido was a great choice. I really did like seeing what I saw there. And this is where they played their best, when they were all together and they went right into the face of all that going on in there and had a damn good time with it. It's going to have to be a reverse sweep here for Ashen Warriors to get themselves up in the standings. Otherwise, they are going to sit at number 6 here in the standings, and they are going to be, basically looking at up from the basement. This is good stuff, though. I mean, there's not a lot of die in this team, but there's been a couple of micro interactions. Like we go in with the Nano onto Ivanix. I don't see why that's necessary. You've got 2 healers up. You've got the defense matrix. You've got the remech ability with the self-destruct. You don't need to nano your tank player there. Save it for the Nano Blade. The Blade had come online. So, I mean, you take a tactical little retreat. You tactically disengage back around bridge, and then you come back in. Flashpoint. Going to be our next map type here. And we are headed to New Junk City. Looks like we have the same players all in here once again. And so this is going to be interesting for me. and I'm looking immediately at the tanks. Space taking is going to be so important here, right? The mitigation of damage coming in is also going to be super important. So, I mean, Ivanics, you know, going in with the Winston onto the D.Va really set their team back for 3 fights. So you're going to have to come out with your strongest guess here.
I saw
Interesting.
Car is opening an office.
We'll see if any changes are made by Ashen Warriors here. Tea time though. Ace is the Junkrat player we did not expect and didn't know we needed in our lobby. Great positioning, great stealth, great angles also to look at the backside of a team comp and kind of pump the damage in from a different angle. That's a good Junkrat player. Arena will be our first flashpoint. I'm happy. Churro is going to stick with this Symmetra. So I don't hate that. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the Rohook and onto the support. So tea time. Especially once you get that beam charged up to level 3. And you start really working the angles. And you start getting the perks online with the 4th turret. Luit showing us the Sojourn here. There's a lot of front end damage here. Mr. Mate bringing out their own Juno here. But Shubi gets first blood. It's traded out. Tire already online. Have fun. D.Va has been demeched. Churro's gone. This should be the flip. And it is. Good lord, that was a fast tire. Churro not playing as aggressive as you can with the Symmetra. Focus that tank down. I just think that they're missing mitigation here. Not a lot of mitigation availability. And even if you set somebody on fire, Shubi's going to have the Suzu to cleansing. And take him out of that state. Oh my god, Ace says, yeah, go ahead and teleport through. I got you. I'm 60% in climbing. Luit's going to have to get out with their life. They don't. Spoiler alert. And unless there is something massive coming in from this Ashen Warriors team, this should be the first point getting picked up. Rotation coming from the outside from Ivanics. I think they just need a stage for the next point. We'll clock out. Churro's gone. That orbital ray is going to be everything to keep Ivanics and company up. It's not done yet. Rohook's actually going to get demeched here. There's the self-destruct that comes out. And a tire as well. Cage fight invested. And just too much firepower, too much damage on the front end. And that is going to do it here for point A. The arena is gone. And you invested heavily.
Take the objective.
Ducks will be our next flashpoint. You're going to be waiting for your Brigitte. They're going to have some tools to play with. Shubi's going to have this Kitsune Erection's going to give them a lot of staying power here in the early part of this fight. And there's not going to be a Sojourn. There's not going to be a Malga either. This is starting to turn into a romp. Nuit loses. The Sojourn in favor of the Cassidy. Churro has swapped in the interim to a Genji, and Ivanics once again has to match the tank play because Rohook is absolutely owning the tank battle. Looking on the backside here, Shubi super low has to use Suzu early. The healing is there, and now Tire comes out from Ace. Churro gets Ace and Nuit gets the Tire. Now we got the rally coming out. Big bomb coming out, no joy. The healing is too good. So now you're gonna be looking at how can you get on the back of that. Continued Rush comes out. DKR is gone. But a big source of healing is gone for Ashen Warriors. They might actually clean this up. They just got to deal. Well, I say they just got to deal with Rohook. Rohook takes care of Phoenix Zom. And Rohook is just punching it above their weight class. The flip does come through at 93%. The spam of Ace is the X factor right now for this Tea Time squad. But once again, it's a swap. It's a recognition. They're all gathered in hallway here, and that is a massive orbital ray coming out. Blade out from Churro. Self-destruct, or the, yeah, that actually comes through. Evatic gets her own goods, but DKR and Rohook cleaning up. That'll do it. That'll be the flip. The baby diva is going to be bullied. It is 2-0.
Next, flashpoint, junkyard.
Junkyard up next. I mean, if there was ever a time for a Genji to have some fun for Churro, it's going to be here. Tire almost online again for Ace. So you've got some tools here. You're gonna have your orbital ray and a Deadeye from Nuit. But they're taking fights early and fast, and there's the Tire coming out. Gets Churro and sends Genji back. There's the DMAC once again onto Evanix. And it is just steady aggression. It's early fights that Tea Time are taking here and not allowing any kind of a semblance of a good team fight here for the members of Ashen Warriors. Unmitigated damage. Unbridled aggression. We love to see it. There is the orbital ray. But it's going to be answered by a continued rush, and that is absolutely massive. Phoenix Zom goes down, holding a Nano in their hands.
I'm really feeling the heat.
Big pick, though, there for Nuit. Rohook is absolutely evil. Nuit actually gets out with their life. I say that as Shubi dots the I between the U and the I of Nuit and sends them packing back. Big anti came through. Overtime has been initiated. The support is so good. The self-destruct is out. Now the orbital ray and the self-destruct does not get anybody on the back of it. Nuit, next up with Q. Do you find anything? No, you do not. And that is going to do it. It's all over but the cleanup. This is going to be an emphatic win from Tea Time. Absolutely taking it back from what we saw earlier today.
Play of the game.
Ace is brutal, oppressive, has Junkrat, finding the corners and just not being afraid. There is no fear in this Junkrat. I'm very willing to play in your face. Thank you so very much. And that is going to do it, folks, here for South America. Man, oh man. As I go now and I take a look at the standings, and we'll see if everybody have gotten themselves in line, got their matches done. Team Evo.
In playing, Lex Cyan and Team Evil B playing 2-2.
Okay.
Okay. And
So,
I finally said that this is match. The leaderboard's results finished. Okay.
Okay. Yep, I am looking at it right now. Yeah, Team Evo and Corvax still in play. LEC Siam gets a 5-0 record. +5 map differential. Tea Time takes place number 2, 4-1 with a +3 map differential. And Doggy Esports sitting at 3-2. They're going to be on a +1. This has been interesting. Ashen Warriors are actually tied for 5th place right now with Team Evo B. And it looks like Team Evo B with the Buchholz score is going to be ahead of them by 9. So, yeah. So, it'll be Team Evo in 5th place, Ashen Warriors in 6th place. And Corvex, they're going to be in last place here in the group. So, now we just need to see how is this going to go down between Team Evo A and Corvex to see what the final standings are going to be. If Team Evo A can win 2-0, they will actually take 3rd place off of Doggy Esports because they will have a +2 map differential and a 3-2 record. So we got some stuff to decide here as we're just waiting for the last match to get completed. As I hit refresh and see if it's done yet.
Lex Cyan finished the match. Lex Cyan 2, Team Evil B 0.
Okay, yep, we just got the results in. Lex Cyan 2, Team Evo B 0. And so that will confirm their +5 differential in maps. And their 5-0 record here in the preliminary phase of the Libertadores. So we just have one final match. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to William. He's going to play the highlights of the match, and he'll be back with a few words after this. And the dash is already out from them. That's a big Rampage coming through. Everybody going low. Zeus is not their ult charge on the Sojourn. They now have him. Well, I say that. They're going to have Deadeye coming back. But the Blade is out. There is the Barrage coming out. The Nano boosted overclock. That's going to do it for that. Team kill comes through. And it is a 1-0 lead here for Ashen. A lot of chutzpah in the front. And gets nothing with the Barrage. Shuro and team are down. That's going to be the flip just as quickly as they got it. For a couple more percent. I don't think they're going to be able to. They're going to get demech there. The dash through is done. And we're going to go to a 3rd and final sub-map here. I was just playing with you. And now we're going to go and see if they can capture some high ground. They do have a couple of people up here on top. That's going to be Cohorts. And here's their Rampage out. Picks up 3. Tro goes down. Evotics is going to get their counterpart. But that's the Rampage taken down. Coming out again with the Jagged Blade. And the pull from Gracie. And there is the Nano on to the Diva. And I don't know if they're actually going to be able to get off on it. Nuit is going to press Q there. And they don't get the touch! Oh no! As they had people right off the point. And it is many rounds here today. In the Libertadores. The Overwatch. And my word, backline and create havoc. There's the Vera down. The focusing beam is there, but DKR gets the answering kill. So you're down to DPS for both sides. The mech of Rohook. And Ace is off. I don't know what happened there. But you're in for the Sojourn. And there goes Pandagat with the charge rail shot to the face of Pandagat. Pakovic getting stuff done. There's a flip at 40 or 20. Looking to deal with people on the ground. Mute is looking for it. The bomb is out from Rohook. Oh my god, Mix said, you know what? Bye-bye. Sound barrier out. Lots of sustain here. The overshielding is massive. The blade is beautiful, as one would expect. And Mutant, as one would expect. And Mutant player are having a very fun time. Thank you very much. Pakovic is just going to go ahead and get that victory self-destruct off. And everybody, we're absolutely owning the skies and the ground. Pakovic over to Metra in there. Yeah, this is going to be tea time taking the first capture of the point. Maybe. I mean, Pakovic is getting bullied about here, getting battered around. But good sustain on the point. Consider rush to answer from Biggie Bundas. Mute's down. Pulse Bomb out. Doesn't find any. Q Master's going to have to hold this online. Now, they cannot imagine that Pakovic would have that online, but now they're going to have to force it out. Blade into it. We clean up on aisle 3. Ace should be just about done here. The focus fire is there, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory here. On Ilias, we don't even get to Lighthouse, as it is done and dusted. Player and Mute having a field day with the members of Tea Time. Mixed just had fantastic time there looking for the environmentals. This is where I believe they get the Pilot Diva as well. 2 environmental games. So everybody will have had a chance to play each other. And we will look and see, you know, what these two teams, you know, it was 2-1. And I'm here for it. I'm here to see what they have coming in as we head into, well, round number 3. The last of the first one. Hunted by player. And Pakovic gets it done. Pakovic with the 2K there. Mixed with another big boot kill. Just not been able to play the game. Biggie Bundas once again. The headshot with the kunai is done. No touch. 100. Climb controlling. Co-wars that can wall climb as well. Looks like we're going to look at Winston here. From them. Players kind of taking pot shots from outside. And you're looking at Pakovic, you know, playing in and around the point, kind of dancing on and off. 3K, and you just got to deal with Zeus on the point. They do that. Easy fight win in the neutral. And that's exactly what happens here. Pulse Bomb out, picks up 2! Massive. Yeah, that's going to be a team kill. I mean, and really, Zeus took so much of that damage for that Pulse Bomb. They just got... There is the Blossom that came through. Player has their one of their own and gets their own out there. Touch, which I don't think they will. That is pretty dominant stuff coming out from LEC Siam. 2-0 victories. And this might be your top dog team here in the western part of South America. And player just had themselves. Can be a massive amount of sustain for your tank player. We'll see. Taking the first control point. And now the kills are going to start coming through. Phoenix Tom on this Brigitte says, I am going to have fun with you. Churro coming through big time. But it has been the Nuit show. No pun intended. Comes in. Pulpo, big time anti comes through and catches everybody. There is the Deadeye. 67% counting. Nanoblade out. Anti's out. God Ninja's gone. For free. Big Anti came in once again. That's big. Self-destruct out. And Mr. Mate says, you know what? I am absolutely finished with this. We're going to pursue these kills. Or do you go down 2-0 in the flashpoints? Well, that choice was made for you. Hold the line. Blade coming in from Churro. Nana antied. Yeah, and immediately gone. Right now they're getting topped up left and right. Oh my god. It comes out. The self-destruct. Ready to go here from Nui. Ice block out. No joy there. The flip. There is the big kill. And that's a lot of utility gone. Bloody. And that is a clean 3-0 victory here for Ashen Zuravasa. And man, what we didn't see from Nuit, except in flashes and small instances, definitely. But man, I mean, Mr. Mate, you know, played the Kiriko, played the Brigitte on Ilios, and you know, there's little bits of geometry of the map that you can play around and really give yourself, your team, the best look possible. I've been with Bass, but Bass is under some serious trouble already. Sleep comes out from Pulpo. Ivonix is in a massive amount of problems here, but they're getting healed up. Sleeping on the job here. Good bubble management here from Bass and playing around it, kind of dancing it. Calmardo too. Nanoblade out from Korox. Big! And it takes them out of the round. And they forced Ivonix off of the Diva to get their own out. So, I mean, you got to watch the Hellfire Shotguns here if you are, if you're Ivonix. The sleep again is massive. Through. But I mean, you're basically going to get to almost the checkpoint here. Sleep coming out from, I believe it was Mr. Mate. Does not find down. Ivonix can actually push this and get themselves forward spawns. And that's exactly what they do. Calmardo. And the patience there to hold the rally. There it is, 3K from God Ninja. Dueling blades coming out. Nui gets the job done. Churro not to be undone. Let's get for Nui. And there goes the push. Oh my god. They may have just done it in the last second. They do. That is it. In the final 30 seconds. Ashen Warriors. Good lord. Churro and Nui had a freaking fabulous game. The dash was so fabulous game. The dash was so good. The deflects were so good. And it was a 1-2 punch. You didn't know where to go. If you a lot of space. Big anti comes through. That's gonna be the Suzu comes through just in the nick of time. And Rohook and Ace are disruptor shot is gonna be so very important. So is this speed ring to be able to get on top of the back line of Ashen Warriors. Rohook ain't feeling no pain. Shooby-dooby-doo! As Nuit's number. There is the Deadeye out, takes out DKR. From Mr. Mate, once again, we know how good they've been with that. And now the Orbital Ray comes out, and that is all the sustain they're going to need. Ivonix completely devalued the blade. Ivonix over to their own Diva now. So much online here for Ashen Warriors. T-Type are going to be very careful. There's the tire coming out. Gone. I've seen Stranger Things. This might be it. They are playing together. And that is going to be a 3K, if not more, coming through. DKR up with their tank. And Ace and Rohook does not find anybody, but creates a whole heck of a lot of space. Big anti comes through. Nui. Yeah, Ivan, Ivonix, you're going to have to be very, very careful here. And that's an early Consuming Rush that comes out. Rally out from Phoenix since they are sitting at 3-1. Tire comes out. Looking to be path. Looking for somebody. Blades coming out from Churro. Gets panic at. Bomb is out, but nobody's able to touch. And it goes a begging. I'm going to question Mr. Mate. The Brigitte was a great choice. I really did like seeing what I saw there. And this is where they played their best, when they were all together and they went right into the face of all that going on in there. Especially once you get that beam charged up to level 3. And you start really working the angles. And you start getting, gets first blood, gets traded out. Tire already online. Have fun. Do the cleansing. And take him out of that state. Oh my god, Ace says, yeah, go ahead and teleport through. I got you.
Ready to throw in the towel?
60% climbing. Dweeb's gonna have to get out with their life. They don't.
What's in that?
The clock out. The churro's gone. Firepower, too much damage on the front end. And that is going to do it here for point A. Here in the early part of this fight. And there's not going to be a sojourn. Suzu early. The healing is there. And now Tire comes out for Mace. I say that this guy deals Rohook. Rohook takes care of Phoenix Zom. And Rohook is just punching above their weight class. Self-destruct, or the, yeah, that actually comes through. The baby diva is going to be bullied. And it's 2-0. That is absolutely massive. Phoenix Zom goes down, holding and Nano in their hands.
I'm really feeling the heat.
Overtime has been initiated. The support is so good. The self-destruct is out. And that is going to do it. It's all over but the cleanup. This is going to be an emphatic. Earlier today,
Play of the game.
Ace is brutal, oppressive, has Junkrat corners, and just not being afraid. There is no fear in this Junkrat. I'm very willing to play in your face. Thank you so very. Oh, welcome back, everybody, to the Libertadores. This is the South American part of tonight, not the Brazil region. So, basically, everybody not in Brazil. So, taking a look at our leaderboard here. LEC Siam has automatically qualified to the playoffs. They do not have to go into the group stages. Tea Time and Team Evo A will be your qualifiers into the group stage coming up in a few days as they both sit on 4-1 and 3-2 records. And it came down to a tiebreaker over Doggy Esports. Doggy Esports does not qualify through just on the head-to-head where Team Evo takes the lead. So, South America is taken care of. What's coming up next is Central America, America de Central, for everybody that speaks Spanish, or Centro America, if you want to go that way. It could go either way, honestly, in Spanish. But we've got Mexico. We've got all the Central American teams coming up here in just under an hour. We'll be back from 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:45 down in Brazil and South America, some of South America. And we will have some first ones there. So we will take a look at the teams. I mean, BCU Spark is somebody that I have seen playing across a lot of competition. So they might be the team to beat here in the Central American region. And I see a lot of players that I have seen play in collegiate, in some of the contenders and Face It leagues, 505 Esports, Shinigami's. There's a lot of players here that you will recognize if you are a fan of Central and Latin American sports, esports. You will see some names there. So, for everybody, you know what? Take a break. Go get some water. Get something to eat. Get a snack. And come back and see us in about an hour. It'll start at 45. past the hour. Whatever time zone you're in, it's in about 50 minutes. So we will see you guys here in just a little while. Chef Billy signing off for now. I'll see you guys at 10:45 Eastern.
É fight vencida, senhoras e senhores. A equipe da Hipercalopsita por enquanto vai mantendo a dianteira, vai chegando ali na marca dos 25%. Todas as outras 6 equipes já finalizaram os seus primeiros confrontos. Estamos aguardando esse, que foi o único que por enquanto vai finalizar em um placar diferente de 2-0. Domínio consegue fazer a finalização pra cima do banheiro, permanece ali no meio da casinha, tira o seu pra todo lado. Câmera colocado ali no fundo, Sabes de Carpa pra tentar passar o perigo. Ligtad, tira Jasper, o Abiswalker pra cima do campeão. O Kamehameha de Sabes de Carpa funciona pra cima do Marcelo. E o Zagobo finaliza ali pra cima do meio do caminho. Domínio conseguiu converter pra cima do Sabes de Carpa. O contador vai mudando de lado, vai permanecendo agora a favor da equipe da nossa queridíssima Garpo. E o Zagobo tentou, Ligtad rotaciona, pulse, lindo pra cima do no banheiro. E o Zagobo, socão pra cima do Abiswalker. Domínio, finaliza com o tiro ali pra cima do Bips. E o Zagobo busca double kill lá na backline. É fight vencida. A equipe da Garfo mostra pra que veio. Vai tentando fazer mais uma partida acontecendo nesse jogo. Ele permanece jogo intenso. O jogo vem seguindo freneticamente. Essa é a maior conquista das Américas. Essa é a sua nova edição da Libertadores. E o Zagobo finalizou pra cima do banheiro. Domínio, tira mix, aproveitou, busca damo pra cima da Sabes de Carpa. Aproveita o lindo trabalho que o Zagobo faz na frontline pra conseguir converter. Domínio faz a finalização novamente ali pra cima do nosso querido Jasper, que colocou pulse. Pumbi levando 2, mas não sendo o suficiente. O ponto ainda continua sobre posse da equipe da Garpo. Vai tentando o Nip, Abiswalker chega pro meio da brincadeira. Vai se tentando se posicionar da melhor forma possível. E o Zagobo vai tentando jogar agora, precisa fazer um leve recuo. Vai tentar pular no ponto, não dá tempo, segura, recebe o nano. Aproveita para tentar fazer o retake. Batidão colocado ali pelo Lúcio. Aproveitou que o Zagobo segurou e já tira Abiswalker no meio do jogo. Sabes de Carpa tentou sobreviver, mas não conseguiu. Domínio para a finalização ali pra cima da dele, saca do overclock, finaliza pra cima do Mix, converteu o Zagobo, faz uma linda kill ali pra cima do banheiro. O contador vai mudando de lado novamente. Senhoras e senhores, 60% do contador para a equipe da nossa queridíssima Hipercalopsita. 72% subindo o contador da Garpo. Eles se aproximam da vitória. A Garpo que venceu no primeiro ponto, perdeu no segundo para a Hipercalopsita. Vamos ver agora como é que funciona. A finalização de Nepal vem se aproximando. Abiswalker vai tentando entrar. O overclock agora acionado pelo domínio. Participação colocada no Marcelo. Pega 2, faz a finalização para cima do banheiro. Ligtad consegue a finalização ali para cima do Gibbs. Que o Zagobo se posiciona, segura a brincadeira da melhor forma. Domínio, tira Sabes de Carpa. Abiswalker permanece, vai segurando. Coloca ali a aniquilação para tentar fazer line no ponto da prorrogação. O Abiswalker tira domínio. Capio faz a finalização ali pra cima do Jasper. O Marcelo ainda consegue levar o Abiswalker. Não deu, senhoras e senhores. A Garfo consegue, vence e garante a vitória.
Jogada da partida.
Quem ousa me confrontar?
Estamos de volta, Mano Xande. 2-1 no mapa, né? Resultado final, último jogo, Garfo vencendo, mas foi dureza, hein, Mano Xande?
Sim, foi um jogo bem pegado, foi um jogo bem equilibrado ali entre as duas equipes. Diga-se de passagem, um bom trabalho colocado ali. Gil Zagobo conseguiu fazer absurdos ali, abrindo espaço para o domínio conseguir auxiliar. Só que a Hipercalopsita também não jogou mal, o Abiswalker também conseguiu fazer um bom trabalho dele, jogou o que tinha que jogar ali, né? O Jasper, um de Tracer ali, conseguiu apresentar um bom trabalho. Os Lúcios das duas equipes estão de parabéns, só que a mira do domínio estava em dia, e aí o mérito acabou sendo para a equipe da Garfo, que conseguiu aí a primeira vitória por enquanto, William.
Exatamente. Mano Xande, rola aí que eu tô preparando as coisas, hein?
Para você que tá aí na live, você que tá assistindo aí, em todos os canais do Grupo Senjo, sejam muito bem-vindos, muitíssimo obrigado pela presença de vocês. Saibam que se você aí tá assistindo e gostaria de rever esses momentos, né? Simples. é só você ir lá no canal do Grupo Senjo, no nosso querido YouTube. Todos os voids das nossas lives ficam registradas lá. Então você pode acompanhar não só esse, como todos os jogos da Master, da Open, da CGL, muito mais copas aí que nós temos disponíveis, todas lá no VODzinho do Grupo Senjo. E se você tá assistindo e fala assim, poxa, queria estar aí, mano, queria estar participando, mas eu não tenho com quem jogar, meu time é ruim, não sei como é que faz. Simples, vá para o maior Discord de Overwatch do Brasil, o Discord da Vira-Lata. Os brabíssimos lá estão organizando eventos semanalmente, conseguem fazer ali sempre uma brincadeira ou outra. Lá você consegue encontrar amigos para poder fazer novas amizades, quem sabe até mesmo montar a sua equipe, seja do console ou seja do PC. Tenta ali já se organizar com uma galera, junta o seu time, né? Pega o seu time que você tem, leva para lá, participa dos eventos, tenta aumentar aí a sua gama de conquistas e quem sabe a sua line do PC, né, não seja a próxima aí numa próxima edição da Libertadores, ou se você tiver uma line no console e quiser participar aí futuramente de uma edição da CGL e também ter o seu time narrado por essa equipe de transmissão com William Mundi, Mano Xande, entre todo um grande elenco, sejam todos muito mais do que bem-vindos e acompanhem lá o Discord da galerinha da nossa equipe parceira, né? A galera da Vira-Lata. William,
Xande, próximo jogo, Spectrum e Lua Cheia, viu? E aí, o que tu achou?
Vai ser um jogo interessante, vai ser um jogo bom. Porque a Spectrum tem um histórico, né, já conhecido. A Lua Cheia também é uma equipe muito boa, né? É uma equipe de grande potencial. Então a gente pode ver como é que eles vão tentar se desempenhar aí. Se eu não me engano, as duas equipes perderam, né?
Exatamente, Mano Xande.
E, então, assim, é uma chance de se redimir, é uma chance de correr atrás aí do resultado, porque saiba que ainda dá, ainda tem como correr atrás, não é só porque teve uma derrota que não dá, tem como correr atrás ainda. Então, se organizem, né? Coloquem aí as equipes em ordem. São duas equipes de peso que tem potencial aí de vitória e as equipes começam aí a se organizar, né? Para esse próximo confronto. E além disso, William, quais são aí os outros jogos? Já estão todos os 4 jogos definidos?
Já sim, Mano Xande. Os próximos jogos aí já estão definidos, tá? Vai começar agora Phantom Thieves e Garfo, né? Estão jogando agora. Hipercalopsita e Prateleiras, tá? E estão aguardando agora a Picanha Paula e Fênix Rising, que vai ter transmissão pelo Spolden, tá? Picanha Paula e Fênix Rising e Spectre e Lua Cheia agora. Esses são os jogos aí nesse momento. E temos, né, por enquanto aí, né, a classificação ainda tá meio pendente, que é a primeira rodada, mas a Picanha Paula tá se mostrando aí como a favorita para pegar a vaga das playoffs, Mano Xande.
Vamos ver, né? Ainda tem muito jogo ainda pela frente, tipo, foi só a primeira rodada. Vamos ver como é que as equipes vão se comportar. Lógico, se essas equipes conseguirem a segunda vitória consecutiva, aí vai dar um pouco mais de trabalho para as equipes que estão um pouco mais atrás. Mas ainda assim, William, por serem rodadas muito rápidas e até então intensas, muita coisa ainda pode acontecer, porque acabamos de começar a Liberta.
Exatamente. Lembrando que são 5 rodadas, estamos na rodada 2, tá? O melhor colocado dessa fase, que é só hoje essa fase preliminar para o Brasil, tá? Vai direto para as playoffs na semana que vem. E o segundo e o terceiro colocado voltam a enfrentar domingo 2 equipes da América do Sul no confronto pela última vaga das playoffs. Então, assim, não tem muita oportunidade. Se não der certo hoje a coisa, acaba a situação, Xandão.
Então as equipes agora vão se desdobrar, elas vão mostrar seu potencial, vão mostrar para que vieram. A gente segue ansioso aí com esse confronto agora, da Spectrum e da Lua Cheia. Vamos esperar as equipes aí decidirem qual vai ser esse mapa, né, do duelo. E vamos ver aí como é que elas vão se desdobrar, porque perder agora, já na segunda rodada, é muito prejudicial e pode ser praticamente impossível aí de conseguir uma retomada, mas ainda assim pode ser uma pedra no sapato para as demais equipes, William.
Exatamente, Mano Xande. que tu acha de lua? Que é clássico isso aqui, espectro de lua cheia. O que tu acha que vai dar aqui, mano, Xande?
Olha, esse também é um confronto deveras interessante. São duas equipes aí que já se conhecem, né? Já se confrontaram algumas vezes. E a lua cheia tem potencial, mas ela desaba muito fácil. E a Spectrum, ela já é uma equipe um pouco mais estabilizada e consegue manter uma constância um pouco maior. Mas ainda assim, novamente é um jogo que eu não vejo favoritos, tá? Eu não vejo favoritos para essa partida. E o confronto ainda vai ser acirrado, William, independente de qual mapa seja escolhido.
Vai rolando aí que eu tô preparando as coisas, mano. Vai rolando aí. Fala aí, mano.
Tá.
Se vira aí que tá rolando aí. Como é que é a porra, né, negócio aqui? Aqui é dedo no olho e gritaria, né?
Jogo. É que assim, chat, eu vou explicar pra vocês. Estão rolando 4 jogos simultâneos em 5 rodadas. Né? Então, fica um pouco complicado pra gente conseguir organizar essa casa toda ao mesmo tempo. Mas tranquilo. Eu tô acompanhando vocês aí no chat, os comentários de vocês. E pra galera aí que tá assistindo lá do YouTube, desculpa, não tô vendo no YouTube, mas dá um oi pra vocês também aí, tamo junto. Se inscreve aí no canal, né? Dá aquela moral pra nós. E vamos ver, porque os jogos aqui são jogos bem interessantes, né? A gente tem equipes poderosíssimas aí, como a própria Phoenix Rising, né? E equipes aí que podem fazer grandes diferenciais para esse momento. E parece que vamos dar início pro próximo mapa, William.
Exatamente, mano. Xande, mapa de Ilhos é o nosso próximo com o nosso destino. E vamos para lá, Spectrum e lua cheia, mano, Xande.
Então vamos que vamos, senhoras e senhores, em terras gregas. Estamos próximo ao Monte Olimpo. E agora sim, estou com todos os chats aqui devidamente abertos, acompanhando todos vocês em primeiríssima mão. Então, vamos começar no poço. Já vamos começar no mapa polêmico, onde poderemos ter ou não aquele combinho maroto de Hold Hog, né? Mas, pelo visto, as equipes ali vão esconder os seus monéis, seus piques originais. E aí, os momentos de tensão vão aumentando. Enquanto isso, o William Mundi e o Grupo Senjo ali nos bastidores já organizando, acompanhando todos os demais jogos, né? Porque eles estão assistindo os 4 jogos ao mesmo tempo, porque eles são zica da balada. Eu fico aqui com o Spectrum e lua cheia. Vamos que vamos, senhoras e senhores, portões abertos, fights iniciadas. Começa o confronto na equipe azul, a nossa queridíssima Spectrum com Corin, Midnight, Saxon Halo, Best Meme e Lapin. Do outro lado, lua cheia com Piplup. Nós temos Libani, Cisco, Talons, Tops e Senna pra completar a equipe. E já tem pressão ali no meio da casinha, eles já se encontram lá no tiroteio comendo todo pelo high ground. Por enquanto a equipe da lua cheia vai mostrando presença. Cisco abre o fim de abate, faz a finalização ali pra cima do Best Meme. Corin diminui, faz a finalização, tira New Bunny, Midnight pra cima do Senna. Senna troca a figurinha com o Midnight. Aproveita ali o Plup, conseguiu converter pra cima do Lapin e Corin converte na finalização ali pra cima do Piplup. Flipup já pode evoluir pra Empoleon já, tá? Porque tá devagar. Mas vamos lá, tem brincadeira no meio do jogo. Aproveita, tem tiroteio comendo solto pra tudo quanto é lado. Tem pancadaria, vamos lá, Cisco se posiciona. O contador por enquanto não pertence a ninguém ainda. O tiroteio segue quente, as duas equipes ali vão tentando se posicionar da melhor forma possível. O bate-rebate vai permanecendo, o tiroteio come quente, as duas equipes olham de um lado, olham do outro. Contador agora oficializado. Ele sobe a favor da equipe da Spectrum, que tem Lapin, fazendo finalização pra cima do Cisc. Aproveitou o Saxon Taylor, converteu pra cima do Senna. Vai Lapin de novo, double kill, tira Talon. Aproveitou o Saxon Halo, double kill, tira Piplup. Talon vai convertendo de Pulse Bomb pra cima do Lapin, o Liu Bunny pra cima do Midnight. E o Pest Meme pra cima do nosso querido e acamadíssimo bem. Jogo vem seguindo forte, o contador segue, Corin vai tentando se posicionar, Liu Bunny foi de arrasta ali na última parte, o sino tinha tocado a favor da equipe da nossa queridíssima e a aclamada Spectrum. Ainda tem pancadaria, ainda tem tiroteio comendo solto, vamos ver o que acontece, rotaciona de um lado, rotaciona do outro. As duas equipes ali por enquanto vão tentando no bate-que-bate. Coren vai tentando dar o seu melhor, se posiciona. Senna vai tentando aguentar a brincadeira ali da melhor forma possível. Lapin vai na finalização, tira a piflop do jogo. Saxton Halo consegue converter ali pra cima do Cisco. O jogo vai seguindo quente, as duas equipes ali por enquanto vão tentando se posicionar da melhor forma. O bate-rebate vai seguindo, olha de um lado, olha do outro, vai tentando, o contador tenta subir. Best Meme, o Pulp vai fazendo finalização ali pra cima do Senna, consegue fazer garantindo ali um avanço. A equipe da Spectrum vai fazendo 70% no contador. A equipe da Lua Cheia vai tentando se organizar. Senna vem ali na velocidade da luz, correndo com toda a velocidade possível, tenta pular dentro do objetivo, tenta fazer um garantindo ali um conteste, aproveitou, Cisco chega, Piplup vem com ele, aproveita, tem rotação ali